Chinese men do not like foreign girls because we are too loud and too fisty. Is it so? Let's take a look at today's opinion. And please be my guest and comment down below whether if you're Chinese in China or overseas, are you kind of in agree with this? So first, as a Canadian Chinese dating a guy from mainland China, I can say that they are different. They still practice courtship and feel the need to take care of you as a girl. Gender roles are alive and well, but they never actually made me feel subservient and less than them. This was different from what I have been taught in the West. I used to think that if a guy pays for things and I let him open the door for me, I will be degrading myself and he will beat me at some point in the relationship. Gosh, this is just nonsense. I'm sorry, girl. The one girl commenting with all the respect you deserve. I'm not mocking, but I'm just like super surprised at your comment. We all have limiting beliefs. Oh my god, no, girl, you deserve the world. You deserve to be treated like a princess. Okay, let's continue. Or let's just take a look once again at that statement. I used to think that if a guy pays for things and I let him open the door for me, I will be degrading myself and he will beat me at some point in the relationship. I mean, out of all like comedy and fun, this is quite like sad and dangerous because of the low self-esteem of a person, of how she doesn't feel deserving of a good treatment of a gentleman. If you're a lady, he's a gent, it's all fine. Especially that just because somebody will open the door for you, will have the right to beat you, like, it's just too much. Seriously, it's way too much. Okay, let's keep going. I'm a little bit saddened by this. In fact, they actually cater a lot more to me than I to them. They never expected me to cook or do any housework, although they do appreciate it. There were some difficulties too. For example, leaving China is hard because for a lot of Chinese men, being near aging parents and taking care of them is a duty. Oh my God, that is a very important one, you know. Some even take their parents in to live with them. It's endearing to see filial piety, but I don't think I am able to live with my parents. At first, I wasn't used to being treated like a delicate flower because in the West, women are expected to be strong and independent. When a man did something for me, my initial reaction was to feel insulted since it implied I couldn't do it myself. Girls, seriously, we are so hurt. I mean, so many of you girls, including the ones in my Spanish community, telling me all these stories and how they get hurt by men because of their low self-esteem. I slowly learned this is wrong. Great. It's the way of showing you affection. It's actually caused some arguments because they didn't understand why I would get angry when they did something nice for me. They have different beauty standards. She will even get angry. That's going way too far, girl. And therefore, nowadays, women ask, where are the gents? Well, it's part of your game of being like a strong player. I mean, we can be strong, but we don't have to show them, or we don't have to, you know, you can just let yourself be a girl. You need to be strong nonetheless for when it's needed, but not like in front of him every time. Oh my God, the beauty standards are different. They don't like women who get tan in the sun or go to the gym for big muscles. That's very true. They usually like the whitening products. I'm just using this whitening cream right now. As you can see, I'm also influenced by the Chinese culture, so you can judge me. Look at my hand and look at my face. And they don't like to go. I mean, they don't like girls to go to the gym and have big muscles. They also complain about this. I remember it was like very funny that when I grew up, my legs were too skinny, and I always went to the gym to grow up some muscles in my calves especially. And once I arrived to China, it was the whole opposite. Like whoever had like big calves, it was like bullied. Like they didn't like that. That was like a no. It was too manly. It was too like harsh. It was just not feminine enough, not attractive for men or for girls. So they have all these like workout series, even in TikTok and in Chinese internet, to work out your legs in order to get them slimmer. And I get confused at times because here in the West, we kind of think that whenever you work out your legs, they will get more muscular and they will get more lean and tone. I mean, lean, not as lean, but like they will show up more, especially the muscles. And I was trying to build that like substance muscle, meat over there because I had them too skinny. It's a problem we have here in Mexico. Usually girls here have like a big waist and like slim legs, which doesn't really match. Anyways, they just love like not having legs at all. So here Mexican men are attracted to like really meaty legs. So the ones that are having the Chinese in China, like those big calves or muscly legs, they are quite, seeked by women here. They go to the gym every day to work on leg muscles to get them big and sexy. But what we think is sexy here, they don't think the same. This is so very interesting. They don't like women who use a lot of profanity or are super loud and feisty. I personally don't do these things, but I heard a lot of comments about Western women looking and acting like men. This is also very common that they think we are too manly. Do you guys think I'm too manly? Maybe sometimes I'm a little bit loud, but I really try to stay away from profanity. I dislike so much like, trashy language or like just how to say cursing, etc. And being loud, I like laugh out loud, but I mean, this is very, how to say, subjective because there are some Chinese over there speaking loud AF, like what? So they're quite loud too, to some extent, or at least the ones from the villages. So I personally do not do these things, but I have a lot of comments about women acting like men, like Western women. Basically, there is a pretty high bar for femininity. This is super important. They just love femininity, and I do believe every man in the world loves femininity, but nowadays there are so many men that also love or enjoy and are attracted to like some strong and manly women, especially those working out and having like big muscles. Some men do like that here in Latin America or in the USA, etc. Apart from that, also women that are quite they speak very harsh, sometimes cursing or sometimes just very bossy, which is not very feminine at all. Like being that bossy is a characteristic of like Latin women or American women. Latin women are also very loud in itself to some extent whenever is that they're angry or they wanna boss around something. I mean, it's very common and well known that Asian women are quite submissive in this regard. They are quite like, if you think about a Thailand girl, you will think about like a beautiful, just quiet girl. If you think about a Mexican, you will think about a girl. If you think about the Japanese or maybe Korean, Chinese, Vietnamese, Indonesian, you have this kind of idea that is a quiet girl. I'm not that quiet, but I think I don't feel I'm that manly, or that I don't feel, but maybe you guys feel, I'm not sure. Or that bossy. I just really don't like that kind of attitude, energy towards men, especially coming from a woman, like just acting very entitled and in this like role of like independent strong women. No, I would prefer to take the one role of being taken care of, being treated like a delicate fragrant flower from the garden, such and such, you know. So yeah, like it's true, like Chinese men do love femininity, therefore they have this qipao in the Chinese culture, the like Chinese dress, which is super like feminine, to the point that you have this cut from the whole leg, you can see the leg, but nothing else. Is not trashy, it's elegant, not like so many outfits here in the West, in Latin America. Like, let's not go too far, they show too much. Sometimes it's way too much that it falls into being vulgar or trashy, instead of coming as sexy or beautiful. So there are so many beautiful girls over here, but they don't realize that, and they have the need to go over the extra mile and be showy in order to be like appreciated, or in order to attract men eyeballs, and they just end up losing their respect for them, you know, because there's no need. Compared to China, they try to avoid like showing that much. I mean, not all of them, of course, we have all kind of examples, but in general, girls will not be, how to say, with the aim of dressing in a certain way in order to attract men. Men are already attracted to them. Like, yeah, they dress like maybe sexy or beautiful, but doesn't come to as vulgar. I guess it also has to do a lot with the fact that voluptuous girls, just like having big breasts, big bum, especially nowadays in Mexico or elsewhere, let's say Venezuela, Colombia, they have these surgeries where whenever you make this very stretch outfit, you put on this kind of, you know, like super stretch and tight outfits on yourself just to show off people your body. It looks not elegant but vulgar at times. And in China, because they don't have these big curves, like their bodies are slender, then you put a dress and you will look so elegant. So I guess that's the big difference, the body shape. Like the Chinese are so slender, so slim, so they look very put together and refined, sophisticated, elegant. Whereas in Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela, with these big curves, especially, I'm not talking about girls that are super in shape or they have already like a small waist, but like normal girl that has like not a very small waist, but big boobs or bump. And if they put this qipao, it will not look so elegant. It will not look so nice, or I mean, you know what I mean, right? Even myself, I have some qipao and I need to be on shape in order for it to look good, although I'm not considered very voluptuous or like overweight or somehow. But in general, women in this side of the world, they have some weight on them, usually, if they haven't done the liposuction. So if they get to wear this kind of like outfits, just like the Chinese women, they not all of them will feel comfortable in a way that they are not slim enough to look maybe sexy. I've heard a lot of my friends that many of them don't feel comfortable because the breast is just like this, so they feel like very different. It doesn't look the same. It just doesn't look the same. Even a t-shirt, they wear a t-shirt and it looks good on them. They wear oversized and it looks so good on them, you know. And whenever here they wear this kind of clothing they don't look the same. They look big and they look too much, like even to the point of looking manly, just like the article said. So the shape of the body in itself is quite feminine, you know, compared to maybe European, like big girls. Like there are some very slim girls, but also some girls, maybe, especially maybe, I don't know who are the most manly shaped girls, maybe American and Mexicans. I'm not sure, guys. But you do please let me know in the comment section whether or not you believe this statement to be true, or you believe maybe foreign girls are even more feminine than Chinese. I mean, you know, whenever they're angry and aggressive, the femininity just exits the door ASAP, and you just get to encounter this like monster, like rah, she's so angry, although she's so slim, so slender, she was looking so elegant, and she's just screaming or hitting on you. Because I've heard a lot of my friends having to do with these situations of like, why did she become so aggressive? Do you guys remember that video? I'm gonna link the video down below in the comments, where I told you this story about the Chilean guy that married this Chinese girl that was like the feminine type when they met, when they first started this dating, and once they married and they moved to China, she became a monster. Therefore I placed that title in the video, I married a monster. So this femininity thing, I mean, you know. And by the way, I also received a comment today in my video, like whenever Chinese girls are in a trade show, they look so soft, so friendly, so kind. And whenever they're outside and just like in normal life, they'll be like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you, or like just different attitude. Of course, during the trade show, they're working hours and they have to be like having that attitude towards clients. Nonetheless, let's go back to the like feminine or monstrous side of them. Like they have both, they have all.